Welcome, my babies, back to my channel. This is Auntie Sonia Renee. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're so glad that you decided to stop by. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My channel is all about beauty, fashion, and inspiration. And today is going to be a conversation about inspiration. And I want to talk about manifestation and how to clear your space. A lot of times we fail to realize that when our space is cluttered, it clutters the mind. And when the mind is foggy and the mind is in confusion, that's where the body goes. Wherever the mind goes, the body goes. And if you're in confusion and you're not able to focus, then it's really tough to really get things done and accomplish your goals, even on a daily basis. Stagnant energy clings to physical excess and creating a spiritual bottleneck that prevents new blessings from entering our lives. And we must strip away the high end clutter because we all got it. As much as I love to keep a clean house, because I'm very big on clutter, I do not like clutter in my house. Sometimes when we get so busy with our day, unfortunately, things happen. We set something down here, we set it down there, and it sits there longer than it should. Next thing you know, stuff is piling up on top of it, like mail, for example. Before you know it, you got a whole bunch of stuff that you have to filter through, and it just clog. It just gets you frustrated, just even thinking about it. And so we must strip away the high end clutter and emotional debris that's occupying our sacred space. And by intentionally doing this, we're releasing these outdated possessions. We align our environment with our higher self, finally allowing our divine abundance to flow. So, I don't know about you, but I want all my blessings to come to me, honey. I want all my blessings, okay? I don't want to miss a thing. So riddle me this. Have you ever felt like your manifestations are stuck behind an invisible wall despite all the right mindset work that you've done, the manifestation work you've done, all of the things, right? But the truth is your physical clutter is creating a spiritual bottleneck that blocks divine abundance from reaching you. Okay. And it is time to clear that stagnant energy that's holding you back. And today we're going to talk about. So let's talk about how clutter blocks manifestation. Clutter blocks manifestation by creating physical, mental, and energetic stagnant energy. And it's signaling a mindset of scarcity that prevents new opportunities from entering. And it forces you to focus on the past and what overwhelms you, your senses. You know, we don't want to focus on the past. We want to clear that space because we want to see what we have now, right? I'm a firm believer that the past, present, and future all simultaneously exist at the same time. That's just me. And if you know, you know. So I choose not to live in the past, and I know a lot of us have done that. I've been guilty of it too, and I do my best to live in the now and in the present. Be present in the moment. Okay, I can't control the past, I can't control the future, but I can control my now. And so to clear space for your desires, purge unused items, adopt a one-touch cleaner rule, and organize your space to elevate your energy. Let's talk about why clutter blocks manifestation. Okay. It creates a stagnant energy. Clutter acts as a blockage that restricts energy flow into your living space and leading to feeling of being uninspired or drained. Okay. Number two, it reflects as a scarcity mindset. We do not want a scarcity mindset. Hanging on to old items you no longer use. We all guilty. Or, like suggest a fear of not having enough in the future. Because we hold on to stuff. We feel like, I got to hold on to this because I might need it. How many of us have held on to something that you feel like I might need this? I'm going to hold on to it. And years go by and you've never used it. I know I'm guilty. I did it before too. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Okay. Um, but it prevents you from welcoming abundance because you can't expect to get something new if you don't get rid of the old. Um, I know when I started speaking about I wanted a new wardrobe, I started going into my closet and getting rid of clothes that I've never worn. I know I'm guilty, tags on and everything, never wore it. Or because you bought it, but I'm gonna lose some weight so I can get in it, and you didn't do it. Or you may have worn it a few times, you don't, and you haven't worn it again. You know, and you just keep taking it, keep going back and forth from season to season, pulling the winter stuff out, putting it back, summer stuff, and you're recycling the same stuff, but you're not really utilizing it. So get rid of it, donate it, to someone who needs it, maybe a family member, or to Goodwill, or if it's trash and it's trash, put it in the trash. Okay. Number three, it overwhelms the mind. Okay. A disorganized space translates to a disorganized mind, reducing your ability to focus on your goals and increasing anxiety. This is why a lot of people have anxiety too, because their mind is overwhelmed with so much that they have to do. If there's so much clutter in your space and you're looking at all the stuff that you have to clean up and all the stuff that you have to get together just so that you can be organized, sometimes it can really cause a person to have high anxiety and quit before they even start. They be so frustrated, like, oh my gosh, I got so much work to do, that they never even get started because they're looking at trying to complete everything at one time instead of doing things one step at a time. It also connects you to your past. How many of us want to stay connected to the past? Let's just be real. I know I don't. My past, I've learned from my past mistakes. I've learned from my past lessons. I've learned from my past blessings. I'm grateful for those past blessings. But I'm in a space now where I want to receive the new. I want the newness of life, right? And I want to see that for you as well. So clutter is often made up of items from previous versions of yourself, okay? Holding you back from evolving and aligning with your future self. Because think about it, your old self, the person you used to be, I'm not the person I used to be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, shoot, 6 months ago. I'm not the same person that I used to be. So I say that to say, the person that I know I want to be, that I'm evolving to be, I'm focusing on what she looks like right now. What does she look like right now? What does she like? Where does she like to go? What are her boundaries? What are my boundaries? What are the things I'll tolerate, the things I won't tolerate? What type of people do I want in my environment? What do I want to do as my career? Like, I'm shifting careers right now. I started back in 2020 and I'm still been working on it. So, you have to start working on being the person that you want to be now. The person you say you want to be, what does that look like? What is her daily routine like? What is she reading books? Is she going to school? Is she taking courses? Is she in class for something? What is that person doing? What does she look like to you? And think about, okay, what would I have to do to get myself prepared to be the version of myself that I want to be, so that when I get there, I can be grateful. I'm grateful and I appreciate it. And I can see that I have worked towards a goal and I accomplished it. Because understand something else too. God will never take you where your character can't keep you. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. God will never take you where your character can't keep you. So you can't expect to have the abundance that's up here if you're still operating on a level down here. What you have to do is start evolving, doing the work on yourself to evolve to get here so that you can align with the person you are up here. I hope that makes sense to you. Now I'm going to talk about how to clear your space and shift energy, because we've laid the foundation. But here's the thing: a lot of people say, "Okay, well, Auntie, how do I do it? What do I do? What's my next step? What's my first step?" Well, the first step is this. The first step is taking a step, because a lot of times we feel like we gotta hurry up and run to the end of the line, when all we need to do really is take one step at a time. Because a lot of times that's all most of us can handle anyway. With our busy lives, being married uh and not in my case, I'm divorced, happily divorced, but for some people are married, they have children, small children, micro children, or adults. And I will have to say this: when I was married with children, my lifestyle and my system was different than it is today, with all of my children being adults. I have grandchildren. I don't have to worry about anybody but me now. So a lot of the time that I put into having to structure a system with my children between school and church and after school activities and sports and ballet and all that stuff, I literally had to schedule that stuff out in the system. But now, being the person that I am today, I don't have to do that anymore. Right? They're all adults. They're adults. I have two small grandchildren. My one's about to be 5, and the other one's about to be. He just was born on February 21st. Oh, my little yum. Girl, I'm so in love all over again, y'all. I got 2 little grandboys. My grandkids are everything to me, but I still don't have to put a lot of time in with them because I'm not their parent. I'm the grandparent. I come in, I jack things up, and I leave. But start with one small area at a time. Instead of just tackling everything at once, focus on one spot. like a drawer or a desk, to reduce overwhelm. Okay? Two, apply the one touch rule. Handle items once by putting them away immediately rather than setting them down, which prevents clutter from building up. For example, laundry. If you do a small little laundry, instead of throwing it on the bed, say, I'll get to it later, no. Take the few minutes to fold that laundry up real fast and put it away. And I am a stickler. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments if you do this, but I'm a stickler. When I'm cooking, I'm washing dishes as I'm cooking. So when I'm done cooking, the only thing that's probably left to clean up is the plate I ate out of and the pot and pans I used. That's it. My mother used to cook and have everything everywhere. And then when after dinner was done, I had to wash all those damn dishes. Oh, I used to hate that. I used to hate, and she wouldn't let me use the dishwasher. She would not use, oh, that's using too much of my water. I'm using the same amount of water running it through the sink anyway. Anyway, you get the drift. How many of y'all mothers did the same thing to y'all? The next one is release just in case items. I know we're guilty of this. I was guilty of it too. If you are holding on to items because you fear that you might need them later, you are sending a signal of lack. Okay? Letting go opens the door for better things to arrive. And sending that signal of lack is basically you telling the universe that you don't feel like that God has enough to give you more or to give it to you again. Okay? I'm going to give you a prime example. When I had my girls, okay, they're 3 years apart. So of course the first child, baby showers, you got all the things you needed, right? And so I held on to some of that stuff. Some stuff I gave away, with some stuff I most like the baby furniture, the expensive stuff, the cribs, the baby furniture, I kept. Then when baby number two came 3 years ago, I was able to still reutilize some of those things. But I was still holding on to that stuff. It was still in storage. And one day, my then husband, their dad, 6 years later, because my daughter was, she was 5 when my mom passed away. My youngest daughter was 5 years old when my mom passed away. And my ex-husband, and he was my husband at the time, he said, you need to get rid of the stuff. We're not having any more children. The girls are older, and they're 8 and 5. We might as well just get rid of this stuff. So fine, we gave it away. I'm talking youth bed cribs. If you know what that is, that's a crib with the dresser drawers around the side that my mother had bought for my first daughter. Car seats, strollers. I'm talking the whole nine, high chairs, everything. Gave it all away. 6 months after I buried my mother, I got pregnant with my son. You heard what I said, baby. When I tell you I was 38 high with my ex, with their dad, I was like, I said everything I gave away, you're gonna have to rebuy. You have to replace. But you know what? Everything God restored it, because everything that we needed for my son, we got it. It was no problem. We got everything we needed for him, and then some. And so the point of what I'm saying is, even though we got rid of that stuff, we didn't expect to get pregnant 6 months later, but we did. And God supplied our every need. So, let go of those things you're holding on to, because, when you're holding on to it, you're saying to God, like, I don't feel like you can give it to me again. No, you can get it again and then some. The next one is clear mental clutter. Recognize that your environment is a projection of your mind. Sorting out your physical space often leads to better mental organization and increased confidence. I say clear mental clutter, I'm saying recognize what you're allowing to come in. Social media, scrolling, looking at all the stuff that's on there. Everybody's talking about something, right? Um, Try to eliminate some of the time that you spend on social media with reading a book that's going to elevate your mind or educate you about something. You know, go outside and get some fresh air. Take a walk, release those endorphins. I'm telling you, taking a walk and some fresh air is the most beautiful thing for your mindset. Okay? Meditation. Just sitting and listen to meditation music. Sometimes I put on high frequency meditation music in my home just to clear out the energies in my home. It's so important just to clear out your mental space of what you're listening to and who you're listening to. Okay? And lastly, set intentions before decluttering. When clearing, visualize the space you are creating for your desire to feel, shifting your focus from what you're losing to what you are attracting. So for example, I'm getting ready to do a bathroom reset. My bathroom colors are black and gold. The walls are white. So spring is fighting its way in. I'm in Atlanta, so you know we got 82-degree day today, and tomorrow 60, and the next day is 30, and then it's 75 again. So you know Atlanta, our weather out here is bipolar. So, but I'm getting ready to do a bathroom reset, and I'm going to change my colors out. I want to go with more lighter colors, you know, your white and gold. So the black and gold, I'm gonna do white and gold, maybe adding some wood, you know, some greenery, you know, make it more light and airy, more of a zen feeling, so that when I go have at my eucalyptus in the shower, so when I go into my bathroom, it's a place I want to be when I'm in there, right? I'm getting ready to redo my closet space. Okay. I'm ordering these closet shelves, getting ready to redo my closet space. So I'm visualizing what I want that space to look like before I actually do it. Because now when I visualize it and I write it down, write the vision, make it plain, so that though it may tarry, it may shall surely come to pass. You want to write it down so that you also have a visualization, a landscape, and you've written down ideas of what you want and how you want it to look. So then this way it makes it easier for you to put it together, because a lot of times if we leave things to the mind, the memory, we're going to forget. I know me, I'm going to forget. I know I will. So this is like going to the store. I have to write a list this way. Why? So I don't forget what I want. I don't forget what I want to bring to the, you know, get from the store. So I said all that to say to you, listen, clear your space. When your clutter is blocking your manifestation, that's why you don't see the things that you want to see. Because some people say, oh, manifestation is not real. It's real, because I've manifested some things in my life. I have. A lot of things over the years I've manifested, and it does work. But I also noticed that when my space is decluttered, or there's an area in my house, even in my son's room, like my son, I would get on him because my whole house can be decluttered and clean, but my son's room is chaotic. And I would have to go in there and be like, listen, you are blocking our abundance and the flow of abundance and manifestation in our lives, because your room looks like this. Clean your room up. And he has ADD. You know, a lot of times children who have ADD or ADHD, sometimes that is a struggle for them to keep their place organized. And so I stay on him to, I do constant redirection to stay on him to, you know, get that room clean, get it together, organize it, and stay that way. And he does. He get in there, he get it together, and it looks good. And I noticed that when his room is clean, wow, how the abundance just flows into our home so easily and so effortlessly. All right, y'all. If you like this information, if you like what I shared, put in the comments down. I want you to let me know how you felt about this video. Let me know if this is something that you needed to hear. And let me know what you guys are doing, how you're clearing your space and how you're clearing your mindset. Because remember, where the mind goes, the body follows. And what you guys are doing to get yourself to be able to manifest the things that you want to manifest going forward. Also, like and subscribe if you like this video, and share it with somebody that may need to hear it. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.